Hello everyone, warm greetings from Georgia. I am Elena Shalamberdze. I am very glad to see you. I am sure we will have an unforgettable day. We have amazing young speakers today, and we are looking forward to their remarkable talk and presentation. Today is a really amazing day. We will hear the voice of European youth. Oh my God, this is a wonderful fact. Thank you, the project leader, Inga Kharchilava, and especially Mr. Piyush Pandit for this opportunity. A big thank you to everyone who joined us live today, and to those who are watching later for our amazing session today. Now, it is with great pleasure that I introduce you to IIU. International Internship University is a leading virtual education system and global brand confederation, which is the most valuable and trusted worldwide and well-reputed in developing innovative programs. Globally, it is a trust name from the quality training programs and is committed to providing better and virtual education to all the young leaders of the globe. IIU, the metaverse the conventional education system by carrying down the additional cost and providing access to more than 1,000 class courses and internships to their learners across the globe. With the help of its 1,000 class global educators, IIU has from its 4,000 named one international internship council, two international students development council, three international youth development council, and finally international councils of educators. The main objective behind the councils is to provide support in every respect to the students, youth, women, entrepreneurs, and educators. In a short span of time, IIU has spread its wings in 195 countries and 6 continents. Wow! Under the strong leadership of its visionary founder, Mr. Piyush Pandit sir. It's my great honor to introduce our IIU founder, Mr. My great respect and gratitude to you. A committed and inspiring social activist, passionate education from the last 2 decades, provided education to students from various social and cultural backgrounds. He has publicized the World Education Policy, One Education, One Foundation, and One World. The visionary Piyush Pandit had one dream. No child should be deprived of education. He is working towards it day and night. He is safeguarding and promoting education and well-being of learners at all times of life. Is commendable. The sky is the limit for your dedication and hard work. You are a source of inspiration for us young people, and not only young people. Thank you very much for all you do to make education shine. God bless you and give you strength. Please keep up the amazing and important work. Okay. Now I would like to invite the project director, head of Europe, the country director, Ms. Inga Kharchilava. Please tell us your valuable words and motivated the youth there.
Wow, thank you so much, Elena. You're the best. Hello, everybody. Warm greetings from Georgia. I am Inga Kharchilava, Project Director, IIU Eurohead, Country Director, IIU Georgia, IIU Board Member. How are you all? However, how would we feel bad when we see so many young people? This is really amazing fact. As always, today is an fantastic and special day. Today we are hosting the students conference, and today our students are ready to share their valuable knowledge. Also, we have so guest speaker today. Thank you so much all. I wish you everyone success and thank you very much for this amazing work. Oh my God, look at these wonderful young people who are ready to do their part to reduce the sustainable development goals. Our project is very interesting, also very important, because the new generation is trying to convey its voice to the world. Young people are our future. Many thanks to all the teachers who try to raise the awareness of their students and also try to fight together for the future. IIU, which was created by our dear Mr. Piyush Pandit, give us a very good opportunity. We see this, yes. He brought together teachers, trainers, educators, and students from all over the world with one goal to improve future education. Thank you very much, sir, for everything. Thank you for uniting us under one umbrella and giving us the opportunity to communicate with the whole world with various project webinars. Okay, now I am looking forward to meeting our young people, and I think it is time to declare our conference open. Today we have young people from Europe, from India. Thank you so much all. Please, Elaine, continue. Best wishes to all of you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate your efforts and look forward to many more new projects. Keep shining. Okay, yeah, it's also an important day for us because today we have a guest from India, a young, amazing educator who will share his knowledge with us. IIU stage is your dear Saurabh.
Thank you so much, Eileen. Hello, can you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much, Inga, for this wonderful opportunity. Can I share my PPT?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, wait.
Rob, can you hear me? Okay, Ellen, continue, please.
Okay.
Introduce them. Yeah, Miranda.
Yeah. Our first representative is Miranda Mesri. She is an amazing teacher from Georgia. Turn on your microphone, please.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. I'm Miranda Mesri from Georgia Jalauta Public School. I'm so grateful to be here today and have an opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you. Thank you, Ms. Inga, and thank all the members of your team, especially Georgian organizers, Mr. Gahaber Chakratadze, Ms. Maria Mamagulashvili, and Minut Sertize. The job you are doing is priceless, and thanks a lot again for this opportunity. Today, I'm going to talk about activities which we held for promoting sustainable development. I will share my screen and I will start my presentation. Is it ready? Can you see?
Yes, I see.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Education for sustainable development allows every human being to acquire the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and values necessary to shape a sustainable future. Education for sustainable development means including key sustainable development issues into teaching and learning, for example, climate change, disaster reduction, quality education, poverty reduction, and sustainable consumption. It is also requires participatory teaching and learning methods that motivate and empower learners to change their behavior and take actions for sustainable development. But what can we teachers should do to improve our students' knowledge? It's important to plan our lessons according to using sustainable development goals. In this case, students get used to express their opinions, improve their creative skills and critical thinking. As for me, I always try my lessons to be full of activities, and I can say that children really like them. The main thing, in my opinion, is to inform our students, and that's why we often have conferences at school where we discuss important issues. Students express their opinion, think about plans, how to solve them. Quality education is very crucial for children, especially in remote villages. I have to teach my students how important it is to have a job. There are so many difficulties to overcome. To raise students' interest and awareness, I planned a project and visited local potter where children saw how to make pottery, and some of them did it themselves. If there are any opportunities, I try to support children not only in my region, but also in other countries. With my colleague, I gave a lesson for the students in Bangladesh. As you know, it's a place where they have no classroom, no books, and other school objects. The lesson was a great success, and I have never forgotten their eyes full of excitement. And when we talk about improving students' skills, we should start teaching the sustainable development goal at a very early age. They are my third grade students and the project My Green Classroom. Students raise awareness of the importance of protecting nature, recycling, and cleaning the classroom. At the end of the project, students made recycle bins to separate paper and plastic rubbish. They also planted some flowers and take care of growing them. In every activity, students are involved equally. I try to teach them that there are no differences between girls and boys. Gender equality is one of the most important topics I take into account. In my school, where I teach, we always try to explain to students that there are no differences between girls and boys. We have an amazing football team of girls, and they are very successful and good at playing football. They have excellent skills. In order to raise awareness in gender equality, we should use project-based learning, which helps students to realize the problem better. When they are engaged in this kind of activities, they have to think, discuss, and search for the keys to the problem. And watching a film is also a good idea to give the results caused by gender inequality. When students see the examples in films, they start to discuss its positive and negative sides and try to avoid such cases in real situations. After discussing what they have seen, they start thinking differently. Sustainable development is a practical performed by both developed countries and developing countries. It aims to solve the issues we are faced with today while leaving an opportunity for future generations to solve their own issues. So to sum up, it's essential to unite for a better future. We can make the world developed, safer, and better place to live. Thank you for your attention.
Yeah, no, oh my God, thanks a lot for sharing the amazing and important presentation. I saw how you teach the students, and I am so proud of you. I really liked the project. Keep up the amazing work. My respect to you.
Thank you for this opportunity to show you how I teach and how my students get this knowledge. Thank you very much.
We are proud of you, dear Miranda. That job.
And I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now I have to move to a beautiful country in Italy. Our next teacher and student is a very talented teacher, Melissa. Miss Melissa, please introduce us to your students. Can you hear me?
Melissa, can you hear me? Christian, can you hear me?
Yeah. We are here.
Yes. Please
Prof.
introduce yourself.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
So hello, everyone. It's an honor for me to be here with you today. I'm Christian. I'm from Italy. My teacher is Melissa. She's from Italy too. We're especially from Naples. And we today are going to introduce the 6 goals in the what would talk about the clean water sanitation. So
Very interesting, but I also see now your best teacher, dear Melissa. Can you hear me?
Hello,
Welcome.
good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everybody.
Welcome, dear.
I want to present myself, and I'll let my student speak. My name is Melissa Esposito. I am a high school math teacher. I've been teaching for about 29 years. First of all, I want to thank you, my dear sweet friend Inga, who gave me this chance to be here today. Then I want to thank you, Ms. Payush Pandit, for his intelligent vision of the future and for the honor of being able to express my ideas together with my pupil. Participating in this conference is a great honor for me. Representing Italy and being able to express our ideas is a great opportunity. And the idea of involving young voices is a privilege, an opportunity to allow young people to share their ideas and stimulate their teaching for 12 years is very sensitive to these issues. Every year we develop research with our classes on one of the goals of the 2030 agenda. Today, my student, whose name is Christian Riccio, will tell you about goal 6, ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. 1 in 3 people live without sanitation. This is causing unnecessary disease and death. Although huge strides have been made with access to clean drinking water, lack of sanitation is undermining these advances. If we provide affordable equipment and education in hygiene practices, we can stop this senseless suffering and loss of life. So I want to let my student speak. His name is Christian. He's from Naples. We are from Naples, and our school's name is Itimedi. We live in San Giorgio a Cremano. Christian, everything is for you. Can he share his screen? He prepared the presentation.
Yes, of course.
There is not the button for sharing my presentation. Why there is not there?
You cannot share?
I can share my desktop, my screen. Why?
Prova, Christian, riprova.
Non
Prova
me lo fa
adesso.
fare.
Altro.
Non mi esce il bottone.
Okay. Ma su altro che ti esce?
Interrompi video in arrivo, esce.
E basta.
Sì.
Aspetta, allora facciamo così. Condivido io, però tu mandami un... Lo devo cambiare, ok?
Ok.
Can I share my screen? I'll share for him our presentation. Okay.
Yes,
Unmute you.
great.
Okay.
Okay, in the first slide, we can see the goal, clean water and sanitation. So, la prossima slide. Okay, in the second slide, water and hydrogen we at. So guaranteeing clean drink water and efficient sanitation for all is goal 6 indicated by 2030 agenda. This objective has a central role in sustainable development program. Fresh water resources are in fact essential for health, food security, and energy production. If well managed, they can therefore contribute to the fight against the poverty. This is why the Goal 6 is closely related to all the Water Sustainable Development Goals. Potrei andare avanti, però scusatemi. In the next slide, drink for almost access to safe sources of water for the world population in use sanitary and hydrogen resources is constantly growing. Between 2000 and 2017, the world population uses safe drinking water increased to the percentage from 61% increased to 71%. This encouraging phenomenon was recorded in particular in Central and South Asia, Latin America, and the Caribbean, according to water confirming statistic from 2017. Today, 3 out of 5 people in the world have a washing system for the personal hydrogen of their disposal. And despite these are significant results in critical reading for available data increase that even today, 785 million people cannot use a basic service to drink water, and that's about 3 billion do not have the possibility to wash themselves at home. Since of persistence. So situation of service are injustice and inequality. In the next slide, nella prossima slide, slide 4, so we can see another significant fact is the so-called water stress. That is the phenomenon where ability to demand water is higher than the natural availability. So according to these parameters, all countries suffer from water stress. And the global use of the form in the recent decades has increased more than double and the population growth rate. And this phenomenon is destined to grow further, also driven by the increase to urbanization and climate change. One of the most worrying constraints is that today around 2 billion people live in a situation of severe water scarcity. In the fifth slide, nella quinta slide, collaborate and coordinate to get out of the crisis. So UN, water, the UN body that deals with fresh water and sanitation. Emphasizes that the Goal 6 is one of the most critical sustainability objectives. In its 2018 water and sanitation summary reference is made to the need in general coordination for the correct management of the fresh water. This applies to only to environmental policies at a global level, but also the more local dimensions. For example, in the cases of rivers that cross the border, that upstream we deal must not damage the population living further downstream. To right water must be a priority for everyone. So addressing these objective improvements, a complex approach to use efficient growth of water resources implies not training to risk actions that acquisition and monitoring. If we take, for example, the specific target to access to resource a safe drinking water, we need funding for water treatment technologies, qualified personnel to design according to main the structures, a data monitoring activity, a clear and transparent role of responsible situations. Furthermore, the situation could worsen due the climate change. It is likely that in 2050, 1/4 people will be subject to a shortage of drinking water, even if only at certain times of a year. In the next slide, in 6 slides, we can see the project Water to Save the Planet. So Goal 6 has a profound of traveler impact to many aspects of life on the Earth, and the consumption of water in the world expensive, more water is used than regenerated for example, the nature. And while the usually happens to country with high economic performance, in the depressed areas, the sources of drinking water are more difficult to reach, though are more easily subject to pollution and contamination. This guarantees the spirit of these areas, even yields which would be probable with the availability to clean resource and compliance with the elementary hydrogen rules. Still today, 9% of the population reels extremes in the open and common practice still today in rural areas of Central South America, in the east of the Southeast Asia and the Sub-Sahara of Africa. So the next slide, we can see guaranteeing dangerous counter the population of Africa and part of the countries in the central of South Asia, where both availability of drinking water and access sanitation are lacking. So, nell'ottava slide, bro. In the 8th slide, we can see the goals. So the goal 6 has been divided into 8 targets summarized here. So 6.1, achieve the universal and equal access to safe and available drinking water for all. And 6.2, appropriate access to sanitation for all, with a particular attention for women, girls, and these in vulnerable situations. And what about 6.3, improve the water quality by reducing pollution, eliminating uncorrelated discharging, halving the persistence and inundated water, and increasing receipt of safe resources globally. 6.5, increase the water efficiency in the sector and user please. I'm sorry, Rusunadi, I'm sorry.
Please, Dalian, تفوت
Can you-
ميكروفون بس قاعد تخيل. Yes,
you.
please. Sorry, Dalian, did you matlata? Okay, continue, please.
So I was talking about the 6.5, increase the water efficiency in the old sector and use fresh water abstains and the supply the access water sanctity discovery with these people suffering from water scarcity. 6.5 talks about the implement integrated management of water resources at the all level, including the true cross-border cooperation. 6.6, project of restore water included the ecosystem, including the mountains, forests, wetlands, rivers, aquifers, and lakes. And the other point, we're talking about the 6.A, expand international cooperation, in particular reading water collection system, distillation, water efficiency, wastewater treatment, technology for the recycling and the reuse. 6.B, support the strengthened population of location communities in improving water and sanitation management. Agenda 2030, Goals 6, River Hydrogen Cycle, the 8 sub-objective cover of all phenomena of the water cycle, as illustrated by the photograph taken from the UN Water website. In the next slide, slide number 9, the served lens, like other natural resource, water is renewable but often limited on the substance to treat and degradation. The objective of the 2030 agenda relating to source of drinking water is closely connected with the phenomena of truth and desertification. According to the UN Convention to Combat Desertification, by 2055, 1.8 billion people will experience absolute water scarcity, and 2/3 of the world population will live in condition of water stress. The trend is estimated to 100 years, it is extended to between 50 and 70% of the world's natural islands have been lost. So to limit the reduction and the scarcity of the water, practice with the aim of improving the efficiency of quality and water sources, as well, the restore of ecosystems related to fresh water are therefore urgent. This is also the basic prerequisite for gaining access to adequate and equine sanitation for all. Among the most efficient strategies there are these focused on improving soil productivity and sustainable management of land, scarcity, and water. The UN has deployment to the Through the Toolbox project, a way to give support to the population affected to by droughts, and including in terms of strain and permanent and straighten the release of the people and the ecosystem. What about in Italy? In slide 10, we can see the question, what about in Italy? It is promoted by, but was full according to ASVES 2019 report on Goal 6. Italy, despite having already partially achieved an objective set by agenda, percent of critical uses in the management of water resources. Our country, in fact, holds the record among the countries in the European Union for the highest wetland of water. For probable use of in 2050, 4.9 billion cubic meters of water were supplied to users, corresponding to 2020 liters per inhabitant per day. To this figure, it is another negative trend, namely the progressive degradation in the efficiency of the water, of the drinking water, and the distribution of network. In the next slide, we can see the indicators, slide number 11, the indicators deployment by ASVES. The goal 6 shows between 2050 and 2017 a sharp deterioration due to increase irregularity in the supply water and the decreased efficiency of the water distribution and networks drinking. Drawing in stripping from Conic book, proposal of UNICEF with classmates prepares a series of drawings that visualize the key element of the goal 6. And the set up the information poster to be displayed in the school. Saving water, one of central themes of the production of water's essence. In the classroom, draw up a handbook of the most useful behavior to reduce the consumption, then hanged in the hall of school. Compare the Wings thematic maps relating to the availability of drinking water in 2004 and 2020, identify the means of change preparing the combination that highlights the employment and any decoration. The next slide. So what we're gonna do? We can keep us informed, follow local in the international news on the available media, for example, the TV, web, magazines, and the newspaper. We can do also actively participate in the rescue of planet's water heritage, supporting a situation committed to producing the employments. We can also use water closely, making small daily disclosure, for example, turning off the tap when brush our teeth, and preferring a shower to the bathroom or taking short showers. And another thing that we can do, be the spokesperson for the 4 billion people who do not have access to basic sanitation, truth information campaigns for off and online, at school and in all environment we frequent. So in the last slide, we are gonna talk about my presentation. Thank you all. It's an honor for me to be here with you today. I'm from Italy, how I said to you, and thank you all. That's all.
Thank you very much for such an amazing presentation. I was really very interested in your topic because it is very important for the whole world. Really like your presentation. You presented a really important topic. After all, water is very important for us. That's why we really have to take care for this unique resource. Thank you very much once again. To the teacher and the amazing students. It is nice to hear an important presentation from Italy. We also join you from Georgia, and let's take care of water together and not only. Thank you. Okay. And now from Italy, I want to
sorry, Ellen. Also, I want to say thank you so much. It's a really very interesting, very important presentation. Thank you also, dear Melissa. You are really the best teacher, and congratulations. And now please stop share.
Yeah, I agree. And now from Italy, I want to travel virtually to India and invited an amazing girl. It's my friend Manat, who will share her opinion and give us an amazing presentation. I am sure of that.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all eminent speakers present here. Greetings from the land of diversity. Myself, Ambassador Manat Pangular Nicha, Youth Ambassador, IIU, India. I'm young Speak Up champion and certified TED-Ed speaker. I'm 10 years old and student of class 5th. Sincere gratitude to Inga ma'am and my friend Ellen for having me here today at IIU Youth Voice and making me part of a new vision of Europe Youth to speak about one of the goals which, according to me, requires immediate concern and urgent action among all the global goals, also known as SDG, the Sustainable Development Goals. These were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030, all people enjoy peace and prosperity. Now I have a small presentation related to climate change. Environment plays an important role in healthy living and maintaining the balance of life. The existence of life on planet Earth is possible only because of the suitable environment we live in. Each one of them is dependent on the environment for food, air, water, and all the other needs. The changing environment is expected to cause more heat stress and increase in waterborne diseases, poor air quality, and diseases transmitted by insects and rodents. Extreme weather events can compound many of these health threats. Climate change is the long-term alteration of temperature and typical weather patterns in a place. We humans are increasingly influencing the climate and the Earth's temperature by burning fossil fuels, cutting down forests, which is adding enormous amount of greenhouse gases to those naturally occurring in the atmosphere and increasing the greenhouse effect and global warming. Effect of climate change. Global climate change had observational effects like glaciers have shrunk, ice on river, loss of sea ice, and intense heat waves. Temperature will continue to rise. The human-induced warming is superimposed on naturally varying climate, extreme weather events. For example, hurricane formations will change, lightning, heat waves, droughts, and rainstorms. Ice melt means at the time when ice is supposed to be at its peak, it's lagging. It is less thick sea ice that will persist. Sea level and ocean acidification as level of carbon dioxide increase. The oceans absorb some of that gas, which increase the acidity of seawater. Social effect on human society may be more devastating. Agricultural system will be dealt a crippling blow. Growing seasons will expand, drought leads its food security, and in turn, havoc in food markets. Food rights, finally, human health will be seriously affected. Many species of plant and animals are not just moving north, they are moving from the equator towards the pole for a comfortable temperature. To combat climate change and its impacts, immediate action is required. We should take steps to reduce our emissions so that we can make our planet a net zero emissions by 2050. Our small ways can make a big change as conserve water, reduce waste. Eat less meat and dairy products. Avoid meat and dairy products is one of the biggest ways to reduce your environmental impact on the planet. Walk and travel green. Take public transportation, ride a bike in your community, and do carpool. Reduce flying. For work, consider using video conferencing instead for trips in the same country. Use train. For leisure trips, fly economy. A passenger in business class has a carbon footprint 3 times higher than someone in economy. Reduce your energy use and bills. Use less energy and cut your carbon footprint and your energy bills. Turn off lights and appliances when you don't need them. Replace light bulbs with LEDs or other low energy lights. The 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle all help to cut down on the amount of waste we throw away. They conserve natural resources, landfill space, and energy. Fight for the forest. Deforestation is accelerating climate change and the extinction of wildlife. Trees provide food, protection, and home for many birds and mammals. After effects of climate change actions. Taking strong climate change action will not only help negate these impacts, but will also have a significant sustainable development benefits, improve health, create economic opportunities, help families thrive. Stand up, take action, and voice out concerns, else there will be severe consequences for humankind. As we all know that there is no planet B. Finally, I would like to say thank you everyone for your patience and understanding. I really appreciate everyone for your time and listening to my presentation. Hope it was informative and could add on to your knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Yeah, I appreciate you presentation. I am very glad that you are our guest today. You are amazing. You presented a very interesting presentation. Congratulations. And now I want to introduce you to a very good teacher from Spain. Now let me tell you that language is not a barrier, and he will give us the presentation in Spanish. Please.
Dear Yolanda, can you hear me?
Yeah.
So welcome.
Thanks to you, Profesor Inga, y a todos los jóvenes y niños que están aquí presentes. Mis saludos desde España.
Welcome.
Y
Go ahead.
en especial al doctor Pius, el rector de la Universidad de IIU, o IIU in English. Mis saludos para todos.
Hello everyone, I'm Tanushree from India. I will be translating or interpreting the presentation of Dr. Yolanda Maria Jorge Besteiro.
Okay.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Por favor, si puedo compartir pantalla. Ujú. ¿Se ve en la pantalla o Tanushree? ¿Se ve la pantalla o el PowerPoint?
Sí, yo veo la pantalla. Yo puedo
Sí.
ver.
Bueno, soy la profesora Yolanda María Jorge Besteiro desde España. Os saludo y mi presentación va a ser sobre la realidad de la educación ambiental multidisciplinaria en todo lo que es los países de habla hispana y mis recomendaciones para poder hacerlo en el resto de los países. Bueno, en general, la contaminación por plásticos, la sobrepesca o la minería de los fondos marinos, la sedimentación y otros fenómenos están estresando los corales hasta la muerte. Las redes perdidas y desechadas siguen siendo letales para los peces, gaviotas y mamíferos marinos que resultan atrapados por ellas. Los barcos vierten petróleo y basura y transportan toda clase de insectos y animales a hábitats donde no están preparados para su llegada. Más de la mitad de la población de Estados Unidos vive en zonas costeras y tira basura y aguas residuales al océano. Y así ocurre en el mundo entero. Los residuos líquidos de fertilizantes de los cultivos convierten grandes franjas de océano en zonas muertas, incluyendo un área del tamaño de Nueva Jersey, en el Golfo de México. El dióxido de carbono está volviendo ácida al agua del océano y la llegada de agua dulce de los glaciares que se derriten amenaza con alterar las corrientes que influencian las condiciones meteorológicas. Las acciones humanas tienen impacto en casi todas las partes del océano. El aumento de las temperaturas es un ingrediente extra para las temidas plagas de medusas. Y bueno, por otro lado, la pandemia del COVID-19 nos ha enseñado que esta pérdida, la degradación de los bosques, es uno de los factores que contribuyen a perturbar el equilibrio de la naturaleza. Querida Tanushree, please, ¿tú puedes leer toda esa parte que he dicho para que no se cansen?
Utopia and reality of multidisciplinary environmental education. We need governments and society to change the mentality and for education to be a priority in the internal policies of each nation. Plastic pollution, overfishing or seabed mining, sedimentation and other phenomena are stressing corals to death. Lost and discarded nets remain lethal to the fish, gulls and marine mammals that are trapped by them. The ships dump oil and garbage and transport all sorts of insects and animals to habitats where they are not prepared for their arrival. More than half of the US population lives in coastal areas and dumps garbage and sewage into the ocean, and so around the world. Liquid fertilizer residues from crops turn large swaths of ocean into dead zones, including an area the size of New Jersey in the Gulf of Mexico. Carbon dioxide is turning ocean water acidic, and fresh water from melting glaciers threatens to disrupt currents that influence weather conditions. Human activities have an impact on almost every part of the ocean. The increase in temperatures is an extra ingredient to make the dreaded jellyfish pests on our beaches more frequent. On the other hand, the COVID-19 pandemic has taught us that forest loss and degradation is one of the factors that contribute to disturbing the balance of nature and increasing the risk and exposure to zoonotic diseases, those caused by microbes of animal origin. It is not something new. Malaria, Ebola, Zika, dengue, Lyme diseases are associated with the alteration and loss of habitats due to the change of forest land use.
Ok. Las 3/4 partes del agua dulce accesible del planeta provienen de cuencas hidrográficas boscosas, bosques que no paran de perder y perder árboles. La madre tierra claramente nos pide que actuemos. La naturaleza sufre los incendios en Australia, los mayores registros de calor terrestre y la peor invasión de langostas en Kenia, el COVID-19 como pandemia sanitaria mundial, como una fuerte relación con la salud de nuestro ecosistema, rebrotes de ébola o el virus del mono. ¿Qué vamos a hacer los educadores, científicos, investigadores, maestros? ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Hagamos lo que sabemos, cambiar al mundo con conocimientos desde cada región, pueblo, ciudad, nación. Y esto solo se puede hacer realidad cambiando la política estratégica educativa en los programas curriculares de todos los niveles de enseñanza, en las carreras universitarias, diplomados, maestrías, doctorados, programas técnicos, acción ya. ¿Qué proponemos? Proponemos el proyecto internacional de la revista educativa medioambiental del agua y la naturaleza. ¿Qué es esta revista? La educación ambiental es el proceso a través del cual se educa a la sociedad para que tome conciencia sobre la realidad global del planeta, sobre las relaciones entre los seres humanos con la naturaleza y de los problemas que surgen de esta relación. En la Carta de Belgrado del Seminario Internacional de Educación Ambiental en 1975 ya se mencionaron aspectos importantes sobre este tema. Y ahora, estando en el 2023, seguimos con estas metas atrasadas. Es imprescindible que los políticos, funcionarios estatales, asesores ministeriales en consejerías de educación, educadores, maestros, instituciones ministeriales entiendan la necesidad imperiosa de cambiar la política estratégica educativa en sus lugares de residencia, realizar un cambio radical en el pensamiento, un cambio que introduzca objetivos nuevos en los planes curriculares de los estudiantes en todos los niveles de enseñanza, instituir en los centros docentes la educación ambiental como asignatura transversal multidisciplinaria, no solo dentro de las ramas de biología y las ciencias de la naturaleza, también en la literatura, en los diferentes géneros literarios nuevos como la ecopoesía, que pueden ser una vía para introducir todas estas temáticas a las nuevas generaciones y hacerlos implícito, hacer que se involucren en la problemática de la protección de la naturaleza, tanto en las matemáticas como en todas las otras disciplinas. Y adelante, por favor, Tanusri.
Sí, señora. 3/4 of the planet's accessible fresh water comes from forested watersheds. Mother Earth clearly asks us to act. Nature suffers. The fires in Australia, the highest records of terrestrial heat, and the worst locust invasion in Kenya. COVID-19 as a global health pandemic with a strong relationship with the health of our ecosystem. Outbreaks of Ebola or the monkey virus. What are we educators, scientists, researchers, teachers going to do? Let's do what we know. Change the world with knowledge from each region, town, city, nation, and that can only be realized. Changing the strategic educational policy in the curricular programs of all levels of education, in university careers, diplomas, masters, doctorates, technical programs, etc. Action now. Proposal. International project. Environmental Educational Journal of Water and Nature, Aquitaine. Environmental education is the process through which society is educated to become aware of the global reality of the planet, about the relationships between human beings and with nature, and the problems that arise from this relationship and its consequences, as well as the causes that lead to them. Among its objectives, it seeks to create values in citizens and attitudes that promote the rational use of natural resources and the solution to the numerous environmental problems that occur, both in the city and in the countryside. It is essential that politicians, state officials, ministerial advisors in ministries of education, educators, teachers, and ministerial institutions understand the imperative need to change the strategic educational policy in their places of residence. Make a radical change in thinking, a change that introduces new objectives into the curriculum of students at all levels of education. Instituting in schools the environmental education as a multidisciplinary transversal subject, not only within the branches of biology and natural sciences, also in literature, new literary genres such as eco-poetry, can be a way to introduce new generations to the problem of nature protection. In mathematics, everything in nature has to do with numbers and calculations. And if not, how can they predict tsunamis, earthquakes, meteorological and seismic events in all nations? If not, it's through mathematical models. Environmental education includes knowledge of chemistry, physics, how you explain the composition of the soil you step on. But it is through physics and chemistry or the composition of the atmosphere in geography, for example. It is essential to be closely related to nature and environmental education to explain the habitat of species, location of valleys, plains, rivers, and long forests of the planet, coastal coral reefs, events, and catastrophes or extinctions of species that happen in a place on earth or river, lake, specific ocean. With the subject of history, the same thing happens. It is also fundamental in environmental education, the universal history of humanity. How you explain to a student about the first humanoid civilizations that lived or not in society, if not through the years and the lived history? How do you pretend that unpredictable situations of nature do not happen again? Weather phenomena, glaciations, fires, plagues, pandemics that occurred in the centuries on a continent, but explaining to students that this or that has already happened, but can be prevented by doing this, only teachers of history of humanity can in their classes. The same goes for other disciplines, archaeology, anthropology, etc. It is imperative to change the chip when it comes to education in state and private schools at all levels of education from infant to university and academic. Instruct also those who are already teachers in all this change in knowledge so that they are prepared to teach the new curricula that we propose to be made immediately. If it is not expensive to make this proposal for change, or at least not as much as it may seem. More expensive in economic resources in times to have an effort to perform. If possible, is to have to change the traditional industries of a lifetime. Eating habits change the energies of an entire country. And all this is necessary to do so in the face of the situation of climate change on the planet, all of which is recorded in the SDGs of the 2030 agenda. However, I believe that in education we can do it now. We do not need to leave it for future years because we do not have money from governments, methodological advisors, pedagogues, training technicians can already start doing the programs. Only with the decision on educational policy of the presidents of the ministries of education of their countries to countries of reference.
Ok, ok, I'm sorry. Si unimos voluntades, se empiezan a preparar los planes curriculares nuevos, considerando todo lo anterior en todos los niveles de enseñanza y consideremos crear un nuevo plan de enseñanza acorde a los tiempos que vivimos y a todo lo que hemos aprendido hasta el año 2022 como raza humana, considerando en los mismos la íntima relación del hombre con el medio ambiente en que vive, sus actividades e influencias en el mismo las consecuencias de la actividad de nuestra especie sobre todas las demás, así como su impacto al resto del planeta. La educación ambiental es una necesidad para todos. Adelante, Tanusiri.
Sí, señora. If we unite wills and begin to prepare new curricular plans, considering all the above at all levels of education and create a new teaching plan, according to the times we live in and everything we have learned until 2022 as a human race, considering in them the intimate relationship of man with the environment in which he lives, its activities and influences on it, and the consequences of the activity of our species on all others, as well as its impact on the rest of the planet, considering the chaos theory, butterfly effect, and what it entails. Environmental education is a necessity for everyone, not only in schools. It is a need to be managed by the civilian population for the whole society to get involved, and for this, it is necessary that all human beings, children, women, and the elderly have the right and the opportunity to learn all this. So necessary for coexistence and well being of health and quality of life in the land of humans, animals, and plants in harmony.
Okay, thank you. Dado todo lo anterior, hagamos una propuesta. Sería maravilloso que mi propuesta fuera acogida, además, desde las universidades a distancia como IIU, India, Global Educa, Rockfield, Suiza, y tantísimas que existen, creadas a causa de la pandemia del COVID-19. Y se lidere este motor de cambio como propuesta a profundidad, de manera que cale en todas las instituciones educativas. Hagamos un movimiento mundial de cambio en la educación, empezando desde hoy. La educación forma parte de la solución. Las nuevas generaciones son las que recibirán esta tierra. Formemos y démosle herramientas y conocimientos para enfrentar los cambios recientes. Y aprovechemos cada disciplina para educar de forma integral. Enseñar desde la cultura, el arte, la música, la pintura, la danza sobre los valores y las riquezas del planeta. Unámoslo y hagamos historia de la propia historia, de la geografía, de la biología, la física, las ciencias naturales, la literatura, la química, las matemáticas. Una unidad integral multidisciplinaria. Adelante.
Sí, señora. Given all the above, it would be wonderful and I would like my proposal to be also welcomed. From the distance universities such as IIU India, Global Educa, Rockfield Switzerland, and so many that exist, created because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and earlier they could lead this engine of change proposed in depth, so that it penetrates all educational institutions in their respective nations and be an example that can be extended to the state public education of each corresponding country. To be promoters and leaders in generating this change as an example to the whole world. Understanding that even our own emotions and mental health is linked to the environment, so that even private academies that do coaching, mentoring, etc., can be part of this change in their curriculum. Let's make a global movement for change in education starting today. Education is part of the solution. The new generations are the ones who will receive this land. Let's train and give it the tools and knowledge to face the growing changes and take advantage of each discipline to educate in an integral way. Teach from culture, art, music, painting, dance about the values and riches of the planet. Let's join it to history, geography, biology, physics, natural sciences, literature, chemistry, mathematics, a multidisciplinary integral unit, and of course, let's educate by example. We must also train teachers with this mentality.
Continuo, Nia.
What is Aquitaine? The Aquitaine magazine is a current educational support material on water and nature, the universe of animals, plants, and the earth. It is also a magazine of multidisciplinary scientific dissemination. Through a program that training actions, the author takes up useful information and knowledge in the curricular subjects of primary, secondary, and baccalaureate. The journal is committed to a learning method based on the use of literary genres, poetry, stories so that children learn fundamental concepts in the long term and raise awareness about the care and protection of the environment. At the same time, reading is encouraged and it encourages knowledge of literary genres. It is a successful proposal with all the current natural events that occur on the planet. Useful information for students and teachers. The author aims to make visible the importance for all human beings of understanding and putting into practice daily routines within the family and in society to make the earth a better world for all and also thinking about the new generations. For example, in issue number 2 of 2022, readers will learn about the wetlands and their importance. They will learn about the Andalusia Natural Park, a natural paradise. Imperial Heron, more secrets of water and types. Aspects of water pollution, the forest will have a language and literature section. The story, and we will be teaching about the concepts of biodiversity, and it's actually also a reminder of the international competition of drawing, story, and poetry. A better world is possible.
Please, you can go.
Our environmental educational project through the International Journal of Environmental Education of Water and Nature is dedicated to readers of all ages, sent to different schools in Latin America successfully, and to other regions of the world. Since we do it in English, Spanish, and Portuguese, they use it as educational work material. The magazine works in Argentina, Corrientes, Goya, Buenos Aires, and Buenos Aires Coast, Mar del Plata. Schools in Peru through the organization of the Child Patriot of the Bicentennial of the Independence of Peru, of which I am representative in Spain. Schools in Veracruz, Mexico, Kathmandu, Nepal, Refako in Kenya, Dr. David Mutiso, with the support of 400 children who benefit from this knowledge, and in Nigeria, with the director Bola Anima Sean and Rio of Janeiro, Brazil, Professor Edson Carvalho. It is very important not only to know our actions in terms of education in values for peace and love of nature in the world, but also to join forces and wills to activate bridges and links that allow us to reach more schools in the world, as well as to seek alliances and strategies that allow more people from civil society to gain awareness and responsibility, since it is everyone's task. In addition, we need executive allies in educational centers, but also in ministries of education, officials and directors, as well as in the area of culture that value this work and its urgency in the implementation and extension of it, as well as their support in monetary and human resources that are relevant to be able to continue with the great creative and disseminating work that for the moment we are doing individually with a lot of love, effort, and perseverance. But it needs the support of a team because of the magnitude and importance that I humbly believe this educational project has. We intend in the first instance to boost environmental cultural education from schools to society. Each student and teacher can join forces and apply knowledge in their places of residence for the fulfillment of the educational SDG 13 objectives included in the 2030 Agenda of the United Nations. Raise awareness and educate students, teachers, and civil society in the values about the problem of climate change and the care of nature and its resources. Raise awareness among children and teachers about the crucial and urgent importance of protecting the environment. Activity to be developed from their schools. to ensure that more children have educational material to support the study on environmental issues crucial to the lives of all living beings. Dynamic material, updated as important as water, so much so that the United Nations Environmental Programme considers that in this century, water scarcity is one of the 7 environmental problems of the planet. Promote the encouragement of reading, literary creation, and the promotion of values in children from an early age as a human beings of tomorrow. We intend that more students can benefit from this educational project, respecting the curricular programs and including it can be used as support material in classes, in libraries, as well as continue to include and expand the participation of students and people with functional diversity or cognitive and physical abilities in our contests and spaces of the journal. Below, I share some of the winning works of the drawing category of the children participating in the international contest A Better World is Possible of the magazine last year, 2022, from Pakistan, Argentina, Peru, Spain, etc. ¿Algo más, señora?
Sí, a continuación voy a mostrar algunas de las obras que los chicos han enviado de diferentes países para que todas las personas que están en nuestro evento puedan conocer sobre la actividad de este programa. Voy a ir mostrándolas, ¿sí? Dile que explica que en la revista participan no solo en la revista educativa que hacemos en noviembre, participan no solo los niños que han sido ganadores del concurso, sino que publicamos obras de artistas y escritores consagrados. Y entonces los niños pueden ver las obras de los artistas con las de ellos. Di eso, por favor.
In the last year, many children from all over the world has participated in the contest, and they have created some beautiful pictures of drawings about the environment. The COVID-19 pandemic actually has been an opportunity to observe all these activities. The time has come to rethink our relationship with the living, with the natural ecosystems, and with their biological diversity.
A ver, yo quiero que les digas que voy a mostrar las imágenes de las obras que los niños envían al concurso. Di eso, por favor. These are the pictures
of the children about from around the world, and in the project Aquitine, they have made all these beautiful pictures.
Okay.
From around the world.
Yes. For example, these are from India. Schools.
India, Pakistan, Argentina, Peru.
Okay.
Those other countries, también.
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh y Mexico.
Bangladesh,
Mexico.
México, Venezuela, Argentina, Perú.
The countries of South America and Central America as well.
Yes.
And the Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. The children of these countries, the schools, have participated in the course, and they have made all these beautiful pictures.
Yes, this is really beautiful.
Kids from around the world, they have made these so beautiful pictures, paintings.
Muchas gracias. Espero que la propuesta de aunar esfuerzos de todos los profesores del mundo, tanto de Universidad IIU como de otras instituciones de enseñanza, puedan unirse a este proyecto internacional que hacemos desde España. ¿Puedes traducir, por favor?
See, I wish that all the universities around the world will participate, will join hand in hand for this environmental project. And we should work together on this project.
Yes, desde España que hago yo. Entonces, que se puedan unir conmigo para que en sus escuelas se trabaje con este proyecto.
See, even in Spain also, we want to work together in schools and same kind of projects, environmental projects. We must come together for this kind of projects.
Sí, es mi deseo que a través de este evento de voces europeas, todas las escuelas puedan incluir, aunar esfuerzos para hacer este proyecto conmigo en sus escuelas.
In Spain also, I wish that all the schools will come together for this project and we should work on it.
Okay. Bueno, muchísimas gracias. Thank you very much to all people, children, students, and teachers, professors, profesor Inga, por la invitación. Y bueno, muchísimas gracias. Espero poder contar con vosotros en este proyecto. Gracias, bendiciones desde España.
Thank you, everyone, all the professors, and we would like to meet together in future for these kind of projects.
Wow, muchas gracias. Felicidades. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Thank you so much also. Dear Carl, it is good. Your name, please?
Yolanda. Yolanda
Yes.
y...
Yes, Yolanda, I know, but translator?
My name is
India.
See, I'm from India.
Thank you so much,
Thank
dear.
you,
Thank
everyone.
you. So welcome. Warm greetings from Georgia. Okay, Ellen, please.
This is a revolution. Many thanks to our founder for allowing to us here an amazing presentation from Spain. I watch movies and I love the Spanish language. It is very beautiful. Thanks a lot for sharing the important presentation. Also, many thanks to the translator. Okay, I'm excited, so excited.
Thank you
Thanks
so much.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Senora Yolanda, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
So
Now, let me turn my country and introduce you to a very, very wonderful and a very amazing teacher, Miss Lik Abayashvili, with her amazing students.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening. And I want to represent my views, my presentation, and let me share now. New vision for teachers in education. I am Lika Bayashvili. I am from Georgia, English and Georgian teacher for international students. I'm ambassador, international speaker, educator, and translator. Learning will be more active and more interesting in real life for children. Members of the young generation should be learned to grow up as part of society and the behavior of what takes place around them. For that, becoming responsible and more independent global citizens in our society. Learning will become more active and constructive with an emphasis of learning by doing on vocational and authentic learning. Learning will take place in social interaction with other learners, teachers, and third parties. It will be connected to real life, nature, work, and life in social, in global communities. In future, new technologies will be an useful part of learning and life. Technologies are changing. Changing and enable new ways of accessing, understanding, and creating knowledge, and will
ლიკა ხოხმა გამოვსდე და ჩართე ხმა. იმიტომ რომ გვიშლიდა ვიღაცას.
In future, new technologies will be an useful part of learning and life. Technologies are changing and enabling new ways of accessing, understanding, and creative knowledge, and will be a natural part of learners' life in future. Teachers need to continuously update their knowledge of student learning needs and develop their teaching methods through networking, observing, and peer learning from other teachers. Teachers' learning can be effectively supported through the local and online communities where practices are shared and developed together, such as e-twinning project. Challenges for future of education and training in Europe. The main message coming from all the conference session about the future of learning, including the final plenary discussion, highlights the following oral challenges for the future of education and training in Europe. Education needs to change to respond to the needs of the economy and society. Learning objectives need to change to take into account future competence needs. It already recognized that learning is changing and a lot of valuable learning takes place outside school, which must be recognized in the formal education system. In order to change education assessment practices, also need to change or review in education and training systems. The answer gathered can be grouped under three main clusters, each including several types of topics. More active ways of learning. Learning will become more active, focusing on learning by doing, experiencing, touching, as well as it will become more social and collaborative, with each learner constructing his or her knowledge in interaction with others in the context of practical applications and tasks. Student-centered learning approaches, where each learner individual needs the progress are taken into account, will come to the fore. The traditional roles of teachers and students will change to support this development, and teachers will become moderators and guides for students, personalized and collaborative knowledge creation. Reverse learning objectives, more active and constructive ways of learning, will arise from a shift in the balance between knowledge and skill and the emergence of a new competence. In a world that is characterized by information overload, knowledge how will become more important than knowing the what. Moreover, values like respect, tolerance, responsibility, and cultural awareness and diversity will become important learning objectives. New learning setting and context, changing learning objectives, and the ways for reaching them will be accompanied by the emergence of new learning settings and their connections to various contexts. Learning will be supported by flexible and dynamic virtual environments by a range of tools and applications to facilitate individual and collaborative learning processes inside schools, outside school, and with connections to various contexts. Physical or virtual boundaries will become obsolete From preschool onwards, learning will take place in versatile environments that are smoothly integrated into life. Learning environments will be motivating, social, and connected to nature and to the local community and global society. A particular learning will become more holistic, embedded, and social context and local community. Parents will be respected as parties of the learning process. Thank you so much for your interest and participating to this great project. Now I can represent my students.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Elena. You're amazing.
Thank you.
Now I can invite to this conference my student Sophia Ginorita.
You know, the Georgia, this business of insurance is not work. Even the funds.
Sophia, are you here? Sophia. Are you ready? Zatha?
Yeah. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, you can share your presentation and we'll listen to you.
Okay. One minute. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's a problem to sharing the screen. I can share.
Okay, it's problem.
I will share except of my student and Sophia will read this. Okay.
Today I speak about what is the quality education. In this essay on education, we will see the importance of education and how it is a doorway to success. Education is the most powerful weapon. It's very useful in everybody's life. Education is what differentiates us from other living beings on Earth. It makes man them smarter, creator, and other. It empowers humans and gets them ready to face challenges of life efficiently. With that being said, education still remains a luxury and not a necessity in our country. Education is the most important tool in eliminating poverty and unemployment. Moreover, it enhances the commercial scenario and benefits the country overall. In addition, the education also benefits an individual in various ways. It helps a person take a better informed decision with the use of their knowledge. This increases the success rate of a person in life. Subsequently, education is also responsible for providing with an enhanced lifestyle. It gives you career opportunities that can increase your quality of life. Quality of life. Education awareness needs to be spread throughout the country to make education accessible. But this remains complete without first analyzing the importance of education. Only when the people realize that meaning it holds can they consider it a necessity for a good life. I'm done.
Thank you very much. Nice.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Sophia. This is the first presentation for her, and this was great, I think. Now I have another student, and will represent another presentation, and they are brothers, and Konstantin and Lasha Iremashvili, and we represent one presentation because we have a really short time, and they prepare this presentation together.
Hello. Hello. There are two types of peace, negative peace, positive peace. We now define negative peace as the absence of violence, absence of war, and identified three major categories of violence. Direct, structural, and cultural. Structural violence refers to the unjust systems and marginalize certain groups. Cultural violence pertains to the social norms that justify direct and structural violence. Direct violence, such as war and crime, is the outcome of structural content. Cultural violence. Significantly, all forms of violence and related death rates everywhere promote the rule of law, the national and international levels, and ensure equal access to justice for all, substantially reduce corruption, bribery in all their forms. Positive peace acknowledges that ending conflict is not enough, and the true peace requires a more holistic approach. The 8 pillars of positive peace strengthens and society from within by creating an environment that nurtures communities and supports enterprise. A society that can support businesses is a society able to provide basic social services and livelihood opportunities, resulting in peace as well as sustainable development in society where positive peace prevails. All sectors help factors that lead to sustainable development. Businesses, for example, can pay for their workers competitive wages. Use bribery with the decent wage. Workers can afford basic needs, allowing them to become more productive. When manufacturing use responsibly sourced materials, they contribute to positive change. And when companies do not engage their bribery, they help discourage employees with other businesses and governments from enabling corruption. Now my presentation will continue by my brother.
My lovely. You are the best.
Hello,
Pequeño.
my name is Konstantin. There is no peace without love. Peace needs love, and love needs to be balanced. Government should encourage to everyone to cultivate an abundance of love, peace, kindness, care, and happiness. I believe that an international cooperation involving the collaborations of national, regional, and international organizations headed by persons who are endowed with the aforementioned positive human attributes and who are powered and driven by human conscience as I have explained, and who will put people before profits and human values before dollar values, but values, and the we before the I. We will surely have a good chance of winning the fight against the current COVID-19 pandemic and in liberation the world out of such crisis as soon as possible. Humans are inherently selfish. We all want to win and to get other people to understand what we want. And unfortunately, that often results into people who just don't understand each other. And because of that, their relationship suffers. One key to healthy relationships is understanding the different types of love. Everyone gives and receives love differently. And in addition to that, some people are much more capable of experiencing certain types of love than others. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you for invitation.
Yeah, I'm very happy to hear and learn a lot today. Dear Lika, thank you very much for everything. You introduced me to many projects and give me the opportunity to grow. Here, I want to say thank you very much for your work. You are doing an amazing job and I'm proud of you. Many thanks to your amazing students who give us a very interesting presentation. I would like to emphasize that teamwork is very important. Good luck again and again. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And now I want to introduce you to another amazing teacher from Georgia who always cares about the success of her students. Nana Nozaze, I greet you there. I also greet your students.
Okay, so
I'm glad to see you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you, International Internship University, and thank you, Puesha Pandita and Inga Kharchilava. I'm Nana Nuzadze from Georgia. I'm a teacher computer technology. I'm share screen my presentation.
Yes, but I think you have problem. Lika, please stop sharing.
Stop sharing.
Yes, I see she has problem, internet problem, because she cannot stop sharing. Lika, can you hear me?
Is it sharing or?
Yes, please stop sharing. You try.
Is my presentation sharing at this moment? I think no.
No, I don't know it's sharing. No, now no.
No, I don't know.
Yes. Please, dear Nana.
I cannot share my presentation.
You
because Lika.
Nino, Satsita, can you hear me? Please share. შეგიძლია გააზიარო პრეზენტაცია, გამომიგზავნოთ.
მე მინდა რომ სხვას აქვს გაზიარებული ეკრანი და
ამიტომ ვერ აზიარებს ნანა, ლიკას ეკრანია გაზიარებული.
Okay. Yes. Now it's working. Thank you. Something was stuck in my screen. Sorry. No problem.
We read your messages, Lika, all from Facebook. We read, but don't understand.
Never done.
We don't understand, Lika, so that is good, you know.
ნებარ ნანანუზაძე, კომპიუტერული ტექნოლოგიების მენტორი, მასწავლებელი, კომპიუტერული ტექნოლოგიების ექსპერტი, ინფორმატიკის და კომპიუტერული სისტემების ფაკულტეტის დოქტორანტი. I'm Nananuzadze from Georgia, Tbilisi, computer technology mentor teacher, computer technology expert, information and doctorant students of the faculty for computing system. მე როგორც კომპიუტერული ტექნოლოგიების მასწავლებელი ყოველთვის ვცდილობ ყოველი გაკვეთილი იყოს საინტერესო ჩემი მოსწავლეებისთვის. As I'm computer teacher to make my students enjoying and motivated by subject. I try to make every lesson interesting and motivating for them. Now we train Konda პროექტი კიბერუსაფრთხოებაზე სკოლაში 7 თებერვალი არის უსაფრთხო ინტერნეტის დღე და ამასთან დაკავშირებით ქონდა პროექტი სადაც გავაკეთეთ მოსწავლეები იღებდნენ მონაწილეობას სხვადასხვა კლასის მოსწავლეები მოვიწვიეთ დარგის სპეციალისტები კიბერუსაფრთხოების ექსპერტები და ძალიან საინტერესო თემებზე ვისაუბრეთ მოსწავლეებმა შექმნეს ძალიან ბევრი საინტერესო რესურსი და თამაში დღეს წარმოგიდგენ აღნიშნული პროექტის ფარგლებში შექმნილ თამაშებს ჩემი მოსწავლეები არიან ანასტასია ჩიქოვანი, ნიკო ფიფია და მარიამ ხარაძე. Project Cybersecurity. February 7, which is Internet Safe Internet Day, we made a project in school where students had an opportunity to participate in. We invite experts and professionals from the field and introduce ourselves to various interesting games followed by student activity. Today, I present you the games created by my students from this project. Anastasia Chikovani, Nicholas Pipia, and Mariam Kharadze. First, Anastasia, can are you there? Anastasia, can this Anastasia's game.
Can you hear me?
Your project I share. So share. It's Can you see? Can you see, Anastasia? Your project?
Yes, I can. But not the project, though. I can only see your PowerPoint slide.
პროექტი?
მარტო PowerPoint-ის სლაიდი მას.
სლაიდი ეხლავე. ერთი წამით. ეხლავე გავხსნი გაზიარებას და პროექტს გავაზიარებ. I share a project game, Anastasia.
Yes, and now I can see everything.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Anastasia
What?
Cicolani. I'm in the 6th grade, and my computer technology teacher is Nana Nozaze. Today, I present you a game of one of the most important topics, cybersecurity. So let's get started. This is the initial slide where we see two buttons, start and instructions buttons. When you click on instructions and instruction how to play this game will appear. After some time, it will disappear and return us to the initial slide. When you press the start button, we start the game. After that, we read the first question, which is, I took a really good picture of my friend. Should I post it? And choose the correct answer. If we press the wrong answer, we will lose the point and an X will appear. But when choosing the correct one, points will be added and the next button will appear. And you click on it, the next question will be thrown out. A company asks me for a poster and they want my private information, but I do not know the company. What should I do? First option, send them my information. Second option, ask my friend about that company. If they do not know them, I will not send them my information. And the third one, ask them why do they need all of those and then send them. In here, the correct one is the second one, because we must not send our private information to some strangers. So yes, and the last question, a stranger messages Mila, meet me at 3 p.m. In Brooklyn Park. Do not be late. What should she do? I will tell my parents about this and they will call the cops. I will chat with him, and if I will like him, I will meet him. And the last one, I will meet him. He does not look evil. In here, the correct one is the first one, because when a stranger messages us, we must not meet them, because they can be some really bad people, like old men or someone like that. So yeah, that's our last slide.
Thank you very much.
Code we see inside the game's code.
Oh yes, of course.
It's me about
so in here. Yeah, so in here we have our main character Mila, which is the biggest, because she's our main character and it controls everything, our score, our slides, its text, and all the things. For example, when the green flag is clicked, set score to 0 and then show. And let's take another example. When I receive it's finally over broadcast, if score is more than 1, then say you won for 6 seconds. And if 1 is more than our score, then say you lost for 2 seconds. And I used all the same codes on the other sprites, so it's not anything different or important.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's Maria.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Let's Maria Kharadze. Are you there?
Yes.
Maria,
Hello.
can you share?
Okay. Hello everyone, my full name is Mariam Karadze and I study in 7th grade of Tbilisi Classical Gymnasium. My teacher is Nana Nozadze. We all know nowadays the cases of cyberbullying are quite prevalent, so I decided to make a presentation where I would show the peers the right way thoughts the game, and today I present this presentation to you. Let's start. Okay. Once upon a time, this is a fairy tale's beginning, in which stories are told that surprise us and take us our journey in a fairy tale. However, what I have to tell you is not only about traveling. We need to always follow the rules. There was a princess whose name was Ella. She was kind daughter, and he was kind daughter and very good and luxury of life. However, in the east was another kingdom which was full of evil and trolls. The trolls were jealous Princess' father and decided kidnap her. You should pass the difficult ways and help Princess to escape from dragon, which Obi of evil king. At first, At first, you must answer the question because has a problem and move on to the next one. What will you do in stranger person will text you in messenger? I want to know more about you. Please meet me. The answer is I will blog. I will not answer. I will notify my parents. It is correct. You are a good worker. Imagine that you are in big mall. What do you think? What would you to check your bank account? I will use mobile Wi-Fi or I will use telephone's internet. My answer is I will use telephone's internet. It is correct. Sorry. Okay.
Last.
Next question. Can anyone publish your photo or video in social net without your permission? Yes, if I look good on it, or no, no one has the right to post a photo or video without permission. This is answer. And it is correct. The princess is in danger. It is time to prepare for the next problem. Are you ready? If you are, click. In the next problem, you have got to solve the maze and free the princess. Okay. You won, well done. You did it, save the princess. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you for the question.
Stop sharing. And Nicholas Pipia, Nicholas, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
I'm share our games. And Nicholas Pipia's games.
No.
Really amazing presentation. Oh my God. We are proud of you.
Let's, can you start?
Yes.
Nicholas.
Okay. I'm Nicholas Pipia. I learn in 6th grade, and I made a game about cybersecurity. It's a simple game. You just have to answer the questions. So let's start. So this character, Sam, is going to ask you questions. Okay. And right there are points for you button, so that shows your points. What's your name? And you have to put your
Can I
name
write?
there.
Can I write it? Nana. Okay. 탑제롯 Nana. So. Nana.
Okay, so the first two questions would be a question game, and you will simply have to say yes or no. And if you get it right, you get 1 point, and if you will lose a point.
ნიკუშა, მოდი ქართულადაც გითხარი, ხო, საყვარელო?
მოკლედ ეს თამაში არის ანუ კიბერუსაფრთხოებაზე გაკეთებული და ესეთი პერსონაჟი გეკითხება შეკითხვებს კიბერუსაფრთხოებაზე და უნდა უპასუხოთ შეკითხვებს და აღარ არის ქულები. Okay, so the question is it safe to go on a website? You can only say yes or no. The correct answer is no, because you do not want to go on a sketchy website because they can get only the information.
No.
You type no. Okay. Next question. If someone messages you saying, if you give me your debit card number, I will give you $10,000. Would you give it to him? The correct answer is also no, because you do not want to give someone your credit card number because they can steal your money and information. It is not recommended. But, okay, so he's going to change the number of the answers. Also, you will have to answer A, B, or C.
ახლა გითხარი აქ ქართულადაც.
მოკლედ აქ არის სამი პასუხი და ქვევით შეკითხვა წერია, რომელსაც უნდა უპასუხო და აირჩიო A, B, ან C. What do you do when you get a message from a company that says you have to pay $5,000 because you are in debt? You have to choose A, B, or C.
ქართულადაც წავიკითხოთ ერთი წუთი.
რას გააკეთებ, როდესაც მეშიც მიიღებ კომპანიიდან, რომ გადასახადი გაქვს $5,000, იმიტომ რომ შენ ვალში ხარ. A, you check the URL to see if the company is fake or not. B, you tell your parents to pay the company money. C, you steal your parents' debit card and give the number out to the company. So the correct answer is A, because you have when you pay, you simply have to check the URL to see if the company is fake or not. And if you are sure it's not fake, you can transfer the money. Okay. So what do you do when someone unknown sends you a friend invite? რას აკეთებ, როდესაც უცხო ადამიანი გიგზავნის მეგობრობის მოთხოვნას? A, you will accept the request. What could go wrong? B, you will check the URL if the name matches and check his account. C, you will ignore him, you don't know him. So the correct answer is B, because you will check the URL to see if the name matches his account, and you will check his account. So the correct answer is B. ანუ B, იმიტომ არის ეს სწორი, რომ უნდა ნახო და გადაამოწმა აკაუნტი ნამდვილია თუ არა და ეს ტყუილი აკაუნტი ცუდ ინფორმაციას ავცელებს თუ არა. ის უნდა გადაამოწმა. B. An ad popped up on the screen where it says you have won a prize. რეკლამა გამოვიდა ეკრანზე, სადაც წერია რომ პრიზი მოიგე. A, you will put your personal info on the website. B, you will message them. It's just a website. C, you will not give them your info. They might use that information. No, now the correct answer is C, because when you give someone your information, they can tell another person your information, and it's not good at all. So C is the right answer. ანუ ცა იქნება პასუხი სწორი, იმიტომ რომ ეს არ უნდა მისცე სხვა კაცს შენი ინფორმაცია. You've got an email that says you have to vote. Who has the best painting in a competition? შენ მოგივიდა იმეილი, სადაც წერია, რომ უნდა მისცე ხმა იმ ადამიანს, რომელმაც დახვრიტა ყველაზე კარგი ნახატი. A, you will check if the organization's name matches in the link. B, you will check on the link, click on the link. It's not recommended, but what can happen? C, I think it's a reliable organization. It even has the logo. I will click on it. The correct answer is A, because you have to check if the organization's name is real or not, and if real, you can do everything you want. ანუ სწორი პასუხია, იმიტომ რომ გინდა რომ ნახო ორგანიზაციის
mistake. I see right.
See, okay.
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 Oh.
You will lose your pen. Okay. Okay. You have got a message that says you have won $10,000, and to claim it, you have to put your info on the website. შენ მოგივიდა მესიჯი, სადაც წერია, რომ $10,000 მიიღე და უნდა ჩაწერო შენი ინფორმაცია ვებსაიტში, რომ მიიღო შენი ფული. A, you will not click on the link. This way, a virus can enter the device. B, you will call your parents. You will be excited and click on the link. C, you will instantly click the link. So the correct answer is A, because when you click on a link, a virus can enter the device, and when it enters the device, your computer will be not working well. So how can you protect your PC from viruses? როგორ შეგიძლია დაიცვა შენი კომპიუტერი ვირუსებისგან? A, you will care that the computer doesn't cool down. B, you don't leave the computer on at night. C, you will use an antivirus and often update the computer. So the correct answer is C, because if you want your computer to be good and not full of viruses, you have to use an antivirus and often update the device. Okay, and the last question: when you post a photo on the internet, როდესაც ინტერნეტზე ფოტოს დაპოსტავ, A, you cannot control it. B, you can delete it at any time. C, you can force others to not download the photo. So the correct answer is B, you can delete it at any time. And the internet has many options, and you can delete it.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have got 7 points.
Why we are this question?
This information is very important because some kids don't know how to act on internet. So if you play this game, you will know this information, and you will learn lots of things of it. So the codes are simply yes or no code, and there are also ask, question, and wait codes. So it's just
thank you very much.
a code. Yes, it's just a code for options, but well, like when you press the C button, it will show the correct answer. If not, it will show the X answer, and the code is the main code. This code, and nothing much, but I hope you like it.
Thank you.
Oh my God, I like it so much.
This game make Nicholas and Anastasia and Maria, they make this game, and I thank you very much, Maria, Nicholas, and Anastasia. I love you. very much.
Yeah, we love you too.
Oh my God, I'm just excited. I don't know what to say. I'm surprised, Miss Nana, how proud you are of me. It was a very interesting project and very nice. I am amazed. I watched all the details and I am really amazed. It was a very high level presentation. Congratulations and many more success. Keep up the amazing work. And Anastasia, Nicholas, and Mariam, you are truly blessed to have such a great teacher. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nick is the best.
Thank
though.
you so much. I'm also very happy, proud of you all, teacher. Oh my God, students, proud of you. Thank you so much. ეს იყო მართლაც არაჩვეულებრივი პრეზენტაცია, ქალწულონანა. მიამაყებით ნამდვილად და სათქმელი ნამდვილად ითქვა ვფიქრობ, იმიტომ რომ მართლა მაღალი დონის პრეზენტაცია იყო და ასევე ბავშვების მუშაობით აღფრთოვანებულები ვართ. ნამდვილად გილოცავთ ბავშვებო, ყველას გილოცავთ, საოცარი საღამოა. მადლობა, გაგზავნეთ ელენე, გილოცავთ.
Okay. And now I want to introduce you to an amazing teacher from Georgia, Nana Peradze, who also strive for the success of young people. Welcome, dear Nana. Please introduce
Hello,
your
Elene.
students.
Hello, everyone. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Yes. პირველ რიგში მშობლიურ ენაზე მოგესალმებით, სამსწრე საზოგადოება, მაყურებლებო. უღრმესი მადლობა ამ არაჩვეულებრივი პროექტისთვის, ჩვენს ქალბატონ ინგა ხარჩილავას და ელენე შალამბერიძეს, ასევე უდიდესი მადლობა მარიამ მამულაშვილს, ბატონ ახაბერს და დამფუძნებელს ამ პროექტისა, ვისი მეშვეობით და sashwaleba from Georgia, and I'm very happy to be here. And I'm really proud of you all. Now, like me, my pupils will continue this topic and talk about responsibility.
I think we hear
government, different authorities, but play a role, society, as well as the planet, and to raise awareness about this shared responsibility. As educators, our role goes beyond teaching the subjects written in textbooks. We should
please, dear students, Nika, David, and also
Okay.
please, yes, I think
we should support
your
development and economic in particular.
Students can
you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Oh, okay.
Can
I start?
გადიდეთ, რომ ლამაზად გამოჩნდეს თქვენი პრეზენტაცია.
Can I start?
Okay. Okay, no problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, my name is David. I'm 13 years old. I'm in 8th grade. So now we want to talk you about clean water and sanitation. I study in private school in Avasisi. My teacher is Nana Piradze. And so, uh, oh,
Yes, please. Can you hear me? Continue, please.
can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, my internet connection is so bad.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Oh, let's switch slide. Can you make it?
Yes, please continue.
Okay. So on second slide, we have water pollution, and it's so bad for us because 69% of humans are making this, and 3 billion more and 3 billion more and more humans have not got good water to drink or wash their hands. So please switch slide. Can you hear me?
Yes, dear.
Okay, let's switch slide. I have
გადადის.
information.
შემდეგ სლაიდზე ეცადე რომ გადახვიდე შემდეგ სლაიდზე.
მე არ შემიძლია.
ვის არ გაზიარებული?
ანუ გადასული ვარ და თქვენთან აჩვენებს?
არა, ჩვენთან მხოლოდ პირველ სლაიდს აჩვენებს.
პირველი სლაიდი.
Please stop share and yes, great. Continue.
Yeah,
yes.
I can see it now. So, access to safe water, sanitation, and hygiene is the most basic human need for health and well-being. Billions of people will lack access to these basic services in 2030 until progress quadruple. Demand for water is rising owing to rapid population growth, urbanization, and increasing water needs from agriculture, industry, and energy sectors. Achieving universal education and equitable access to safely managed water and sanitation service it's a core of sustainable development. This is reflected in SDG 6. The information of good hygiene, thought, hand washing, and access to clean water has been further highlighted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite progress over the past few decades, billions of people worldwide still lack access to clean water and sanitation, with only 10 years left to achieve SDG 6. Growing up in a clean and safe environment is every child's right. Access to clean water, basic toilets, and good hygiene practice not only keeps children thriving, but also gives them a healthier start in life. Despite COVID-19 putting the spotlight on the importance of hand hygiene to prevent the spread of disease. 3 billion people worldwide, including hundreds of millions of school-going children, do not have access to hand washing facilities with soap.
I will continue from now on. We already know and we already said that water is really important for the humans, and not only for hygiene reasons, but a lot of people don't have access to clean water. People living in rural areas, urban slums, disease-prone areas, and low-income countries are the most vulnerable and most affected by these. The consequences of unsafe water and unsanitized water can be deadly. Over 700 children under the age of 5 die every day diarrhea diseases and lack of water services. In areas, children are nearly 20 times more likely to die from diseases than the conflict itself. What is our goal? To ensure access to safe water sources and a center for all. Why? Access to water is really important. People are throwing their garbage in the water and polluting the surface. Yes, billions still faced with daily challenges of accessing even the most basic services. Around 1.8 billion people globally are a source of drinking water is fecally contaminated. Some 2.4 billion people lack access to basic sanitary services, even such as water. Toilets or latrines. Water scarcity affects more than 40 people percent of the global population, and its project is to rise. More than 80% of water waste results in the human activities, and mostly 500 people die in Africa, 800 people die in India because of non-clean water, non-sanitary things.
Not only do individuals need clean water, but entire communities need clean water, and they need more than just water. Communities need clean water that is safe to use for household cooking, washing, and sanitation. The United States Geological Survey defines safe water as water that will not harm you if you come in contact with it. The United Nations discusses 5 significant reasons that safe and clean water is a vital necessity for communities to live physically, mentally, economically, socially, and spiritually. Those reasons include sustainable development, social economic development, energy and food production, reliable, healthy ecosystems. We can also get involved in the World Water Day and World Toilet Day campaigns that aim to provide information and inspiration to take action on hygiene issues. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you so much. I'm excited. I really like your presentation. We may have had some problems, but you still give us your presentation cleanly. And thank you very much for that.
Yes, thank you so much also. Thank you, dear Nana. Can you hear me now? She had a little problem, but
yeah,
no problem. Yes, please continue. Thank you so much, students.
It's time to move on to the next speaker who is waiting for us. This is Tamar Patrulia with the wonderful students. The students are Lali, Salome, and Elizabeth. Good luck, girls. I look forward to your presentation. Let's start.
Yes, IIU stage is Quem microfone ჩაგვირთეთ შეიძლება? მიკროფონი რო ჩაგვირთოთ გაბატონო თამარ? ფიქრობთ მაგას გამორთული.
Sorry.
Welcome. Yes.
Oh, hello. My name from 14, 7 students very well. I present my students, Salome Sarishvili, Lizzie Sobaya, and Elizabeth Kharchilava. პირველი სალომე თხოვლო გააზიაროს ეკრანი და დავიწყოთ ჩვენი პრეზენტაცია.
ახლა
Oh, beautiful girls.
ხედავთ ალბათ ხო? Let's start. Hello, I am Salve Sarishvili and I am from very beautiful and hospitable country, Georgia, specifically from the city of Poti. In my school, we do projects very actively. Our teacher, Tabar Kachulia, helps us in this. I want to tell you that the project we are working on now is very interesting, and I really like working on this. Our project is about a sustainable school. Let's talk about first step. First, to find out the level of knowledge of the students, I conducted a small research. I interviewed the children with the help of questionnaires and found out what they knew about a sustainable school. Each student carefully filled out their questionnaire. Step 2. I studied the creation of diagrams in an Excel file and analyzed the results of the questionnaire. The chart helped me see the results easily. Step 3, I want to tell you that in this picture is me and my classmates and our teacher. Because of the results, I decided to make a presentation to increase knowledge. My teacher gave me electronic literature, which I processed, analyzed, and made a presentation based on it. With that, I helped the children and raised their awareness about sustainable school. I want to thank my teacher because she always helps us and gives us interesting advice. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Salome. So, this is Olvaya.
Hello everyone, welcome to the special presentation. Sorry, can I put it, please?
Yeah, Jesus.
I am Dolbaya and 10th grade student of the IIU project. What is a sustainable school? Before starting this project, I formulated the text. One, generation of ideas for me. Two, sharpening students' skills and equipping them with applied context. Three, creating a research. I did different activities. First, I conducted a small survey for which I made a questionnaire asking students what they know about sustainable development, whether there is a knowledge about sustainable development at school, whether they know about the green and agricultural calendar, whether they heard about the 17 goals. To analyze the data, I made a graph helped me figure out how many responses were positive or negative. I assessed the most negative answers that if the students are not familiar with the mentioned issue. For this purpose, I developed the literature education for sustainable development goals. I made a presentation and conducted a training session with school children. Thanks for your attention. I am glad to be here.
Thank you, Lizzie.
Thank you so much. This is very beautiful, very excellent presentation. Please, I think we have one student also. Yes, dear Tamar. Can you hear me?
I think she has some problems.
Kalbat Tamar, kesmek training?
Okay.
Yes. Sharing.
Sorry, I have some problems. I can share my camera right now.
Biraz ziyaret Elizabeth.
Dear Kharchilava Gaziarek.
წიგნდა შემდეგ მოხსენებელს მოვიწოდეთ და მანამდე პრეზენტაცია გამოგვიგზავნეთ და ჩვენ გავაზიარეთ.
კარგით.
თქვენ ხომ ვერ შეძლებთ ქალბატონო თამარ რომ გავაზიარეთ?
გავაზიარეთ, ჩემია.
კი ბატონო. კი ბატონო. ბატონო. Elizabeth, მანამდე წარმოგვიდგინეთ თქვენი თავი, გაგვეცანი.
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Sichinava, 15 years old from Georgia. In particular, I live in the city of Poti. I study at the gymnasium. I am currently in the 10th grade. At school, we carry out many projects and activities in which our Georgian teachers, Mrs. Tamar Pachulia, helps us. Our next project was dedicated to sustainable development. As you know, January 9 is considered the Day of Sustainable Development. Since January 9, I have been actively working on this project together with my classmates and teacher. We divided the project into different stages because there was quite a lot of materials to process. First, the teacher provided us with electronic textbooks, which we diligently studied. It was written in the project what is sustainable development, why it was created, what it was created for, what is its purpose, and so on. The next thing we did was to fill out questionnaires with students and parents. We survived who knew about sustainable development but got very low results. We determined the results with diagrams, which was new for us. We learned how to build diagrams electronically using a computer. During the course of the project, along with making the diagrams, we also studied the making of the project and how to make SWOT analysis. Also, we studied the function and importance of the green and agrarian calendar. After the results, we decided to invite children from different classes and hold a meeting where we talked about sustainable development. The meeting went really well and productively. We are also planning to plant different plants in our schoolyard, which is another step forward for our future. So it's shaping up to be quite an interesting year. We are planning many more innovations ahead. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, dear.
We saw the most beautiful Georgian girls from Samagrilla, who gives us very inspiring presentation. Many thanks to Ms. Tamar for the amazing work. A warm welcome from Mrs. Stephanie. Okay. And now I would like to introduce you to Ms. Lela Mikeladze, a sleepy and active teacher. It should be noted that we were listening to students from Samagrilla. Now we will hear from Ajara. Good luck. Let's start.
მოგესალმებით. Hello, dear friends. Welcome from Georgia. My name is Lela Mikeladze. I work in Georgian American School Progress. I teach elementary school children. Today's presentation will be favored by 9th grade students. Presentation are about activities in school. The students are Nia Kerkadze, Georgi and Demetre Mamuladze, and Vahtank Mamuladze. Please listen to them.
So welcome.
Yeah. Please, speakers.
Hello. We are 9th grade students. We learn in Georgian American International School Progress, and today we will have a presentation about our system, how we study. I will start with that. We are sorry for the events caused by natural disasters in the world. The students of our school participated in the general aid fund and are always ready to lend a helping hand to the victims.
There are many different clubs in our school, and one of them is a movie club, Kimorioni, which is my favorite club to attend because basically we are watching movies and then discussing them. Movie club Kimorioni is very good way for children to improve their vocabulary and thinking skills. Personally, participating Kimorioni expressed my opinions better. And also, Kimorioni is the best choice for the children who likes to watch movies and then discuss them. Basically, these are the pictures where we are working about some different books or the movies in our club Kimorioni.
School Progress joined the organization Sabuko, which observes the migration of birds, protects birds, and takes care of them. There are 10 such schools in Georgia. One of the progress by playing games, going out into nature and touching nature, which we lack today. We will able to deepen the knowledge of environmental protection among students. Sabuko provided us with a resource that is included in the curriculum. Students who join this organization commit to conducting lessons and activities in the lower grades to raise awareness about migratory birds and the Batumi migration corridor. Sabuko allows us to develop and improve our residential areas, for example, by planting trees, plants, and building houses for birds. In my opinion, it is very good to introduce such activities in school because contact with nature from an early age changes human nature and also helps to clean the environment.
Okay, now I will talk about bird migration. Asia ranked third in the world in terms of the number of migrating birds of prey. Ornithologists observe migratory birds. We often go the environment, for example, Tirol Mountain, where we visited their nature, also studied the environment there. Also, this is the village of Sahalwasha near our city, where ornithologists observe migratory birds. We also visited Sahalwasha, which is beautiful. It follows the Kolkata plain, and every year migratory birds fly there. Birds watching is one of the interesting tourist products in the region. The training of guides was carried out in Ajara is year, which will help the guides to plan tours and offer services to tourists interested in bird watching. The project implemented with the support of the Department of Tourism of Ajara and financing of USAID Economic Security Program, the organization of the Ecotourist Associated. Also, Batum is a city on the coast of the Black Sea. We often go out and clean the beach.
STEM is a combination of scientific subjects that helps children create innovations in the field that interests them. The only school in Batumi that teaches STEM is the Georgian American School Progress. We even use what we learn at school in our lives. For example, we make public exhibitions with works of art, handicrafts, and techno projects.
Conducting lessons in environment. I think conducting lessons in environment should be in every school because such activities will make children more interesting in learning. So it is a funnier and also easier way to learn. Presentations. School presentations are really popular activities in our school, so we have many topics to talk about, and also some of them are, for example, animals, environment, Swan Lake, and a lot more.
Team activities.
So team activity. Team activities. Team activities are also one of my favorite activities, but not only mine, but for everyone. Because team activities involves to do some task with your classmate, which is really fun and also exciting. So we do it with lots of love.
Now about culinary duel. In school, we not only deal with school subjects, but also take part in projects that interest us, such as culinary duel, where the opposing parties prepared both an appetizer and a dessert, and as a result, the members of the jury evaluated them and even gave them a gift. I mentioned the exhibitions where we had handmade items which we then sold with the proceeds going to the orphanage. Our self-government also participates in charity by doing various projects. Some school lessons are not monotonous, but are saturated with classroom, group or individual activities that stimulate the students' skills of group work and presentation to the public. Part of these activities is aimed at raising a patriotic generation that shares democratic principles. Also about arting. The art is arting on water. It's from Japanese word, and this is video how we our classes, our children paints on water. And thank you for your attention.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I want to come there to draw me. Thank you very much. I really liked your presentation. You were all very cool and talented. Keep up the best work. I am proud of you, and your teacher was great. Okay. Now I want to invite you a very good and beautiful student from Georgia, Ani Nozadze. I am very interested in your presentation, and I'm sure it will surprise me. Good luck.
Thank you. So my presentation is about how does immigration affect on country's economy. I'm from Georgia, Tbilisi. I study in European school. I'm in 9th grade. So I'm going to concentrate on how does immigration affect the country's economy. Why did I choose this topic is because I find this topic interesting, and nowadays there are a lot of migrants, and because of ongoing war, Ukrainians and Russians are everywhere. So I'm gonna be talking about how does immigration affect on country's economy, how does it benefit, and how does it drawbacks. So first I'm gonna concentrate on how it benefits. So immigration is good for country's economy, but and many people, migrants mean more people buying clothes and food. It also means more money to government and to its country. Immigration help drive business creation, fuel innovation, fill essential workforce needs and etc. So it also helps businesses, and these countries use migrants' ideas. Did you know that migrants accounted for 47% of increase in workforce in the United States and 70% in Europe over past 10 years? Now I'm going to be talking about its drawbacks. Immigration increased poverty because it is increasing labor market competition, and it lowers wages for native foreign workers and forcing more of them into poverty. And immigrants themselves are often poor. It also affects the population of the country. This is a problem in Georgia because Georgia is a little country. Because of the war going on, a lot of Ukrainians and Russians are coming to Georgia. And furthermore, last year in Georgia, there were 3 million citizens, and because of ongoing war, 500,000 Russians came to Georgia. Because of this, a lot of people from Georgian villages can come to study in capital city because there's no place for them to live. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Anna, thank you. I really liked your presentation. I was very interested and excited. It was amazing and brilliant. Okay, our session is coming to end. I would like to invite you the last speakers for today, Mariam Gelashvili. IIU stage is yours. Please, let's start.
Thank you. პირველ რიგში ქართულად მოგესალმებით ყველას მშობლიურ ენაზე. და ძალიან მეხარია, რომ ასეთი პრეზენტაციები და ასეთი კონფერენციები ხშირად ტარდება. ჩვენს მოსწავლეებში, რადგან მართლაც მნიშვნელოვან საკითხებზეა ორივეს და მიხარია, რომ ახალგაზრდობა ძალიან აქტიურად არის ჩართული და ყოველთვის ყველა ცდილობს, რომ რაც შეიძლება მაქსიმალური წვლილი შეიტანონ ჩვენი planet's გადარჩენასა და მასზე ზრუნვაში. Hello everyone, I'm really honored to be part of this awesome conference, and I'm really grateful that we share the same concern and same love for our planet, Earth, our mother ground, as Georgians like to call it. And today I will be presenting a slideshow about one of the SDG goals, some sustainable development goals, which I think is very important for us, as we all can do our part of taking care of our planet, our home, and saving it. I will share the screen. Confirm if you can see. Is it visible?
Yeah. Let's start.
So I want to discuss why we should be a responsible consumer. That means that we should be very responsible and also conscious and sensible about how we use different products and different materials in our everyday lives. Why I think that this fact is important for us, why we should be responsible while consuming products. As you know, the planet is facing triple planetary crises, which are climate change, biodiversity, nature loss, and pollution. First of all of you, I'm sure you know what climate change is. It means that there are long-term shifts in temperatures and the weather patterns, and eventually climate change will completely alter the ecosystem that support life on the planet. It is caused by human actions such as transportation, industry, factories, and so on. And it manifests through different natural disasters such as flooding, also increased intensity and severity of droughts, wildfires, and so on, which are very dangerous for our planet. The second one is biodiversity loss, which means the decline or disappearance of biological diversity. This biodiversity is very crucial for our everyday lives because it is the source of food, and without biodiversity, which are plants, animals, and so on, we will not be able to have food supply, and we will not be able to blend in with the nature. And the third and last one is pollution. It means that the air contains hazardous substances, and it is one of the most significant causes of diseases and premature, due to which 7 million people die prematurely annually. And it is said that 9 out of 10 people worldwide breathe air containing pollutants, which is very not shocking, but very sad for our selves. So we can beat these problems with following the 12th Sustainable Development Goals, which contains targets and indicators about how we should consume and produce products responsibly. Why is SDG 12 very important? First of all, it aims to reduce the negative impact of human activities on the planet. And it is also crucial for achieving sustainable economic growth and development. And it also emphasizes the need for better education and awareness rising on sustainable consumption and production. And I can see that teachers from all around the globe, especially our Georgian teachers and Spanish teachers, contribute a lot to raising awareness, and as they try their best to teach their students about our planet and how and what they can do in the future to sustain the planet and how to save the planet. To summarize, the Sustainable Development Goal number 12 provides a framework from transitioning towards sustainable consumption and production patterns that can help address some of the biggest challenges facing our planet today, including environmental degradation, climate change, and resource depletion, while promoting economic growth and development. There are several targets which we should keep in mind while we talk about SDG 12. The first is to implement the 10-year sustainable consumption and production framework. Also, there is sustainable management and use of natural resources. The third one is to halve global per capita food waste. And the fourth is responsible management of chemicals and waste. Fifth is substantially reduce waste generation. Also encourage companies to adopt sustainable practices and sustainability reporting, as well as promote sustainable public procurement practices, and also promote universal understanding of sustainable lifestyles, support developing countries' scientific and technological capacity for sustainable consumption and production, develop and implement to monitor sustainable tourism, and also remove market distortions that encourage wasteful consumption. So there are different programs by governments and NGOs that contribute to solving this problem, which is excessive consumption and production of products which damage our planet. But there are many things that we as average citizens can do. And I think that at the end of the day, we are all consumers and we can think about it very thoroughly, and we can find out what we can do to solve this problem. And every action, even a little action, can make a bigger change. So the first tip I want to give you as an advice is that before you buy something new, you should ask yourself, do you really need it? Is it necessary for you to attain this thing? Or do you really want it? Is your desire to acquire this thing? This way you will be able to find out whether you are aligning your values with your new purchases. For example, there are many cases where I, for instance, have bought something and I don't even know where there is right now. It is my fault, and I tried my best to um, uh, make it better, make my fault better. That's why I started asking myself whether I really need this thing or do I really want it. And when the answer is that I just want it and it has no value for me, I I say no to the product. I do not make the purchase and I do not waste the product. And when the answer is yes, I need it, there are several things that we also can do. So one of my favorite sayings is that stop before you shop. And while stopping before you shop, you should keep several things in mind. First of all, I would recommend you to organize your belongings. So when you clean your room, for example, you can find several things which you thought were lost, and then you suddenly find out that this thing is here and you may use it in some way and you would not have to buy a new one. Also, you can ask your friends, ask your family members or relatives, even neighbors to lend you something. Whenever you need something new, you should not run to the shop and buy it. You do not need to waste the product. You can just ask around and share the product or the thing with your friends or neighbors and so on. Also, it is a good way to buy second-hand products. It means that you should not buy fresh and brand new ones. There are several sites and Facebook groups on the internet which where people share their belongings which they do not use anymore, so they are willing to sell. And that way you will contribute a lot to saving the product and materials, which will be used in the future and for our future generations more efficiently. And also one of the funniest and I think enjoyable way is to try DIY. It is an acronym for do it yourself. There are people who have very creative minds, who are very crafty, and I assure you that watching those children who presented such wonderful presentations in front of us today can really create some things which we cannot see in any shop, and which will be very exceptional and interesting for us. And one of the most, I would say, the most important thing that we can do is to recycle our used things. And recycling is very important for several reasons. So first of all is that the recycling conserves resources. When companies try to produce something new, they usually use raw materials, and that way our natural resources become less. As you know, scarcity is a very big problem of ours, and as community develops and as people want to invent everything new, they use more natural resources, and as it is limited, we will not have any more in the future. Therefore, if we recycle products, we will not have to use raw materials which are still in the nature. Also, recycling saves energy, as you already know, obtaining new raw materials and keeping them ready and prepared for industry use. Much energy is spent, and I think that, and I'm sure that you would agree with me, if we do not have to make those raw materials usable for industry, we can save a lot of energy, which we can use for better things. Also, recycling helps protect the environment. When we recycle products, not as much emission gases are emitted into the air, in contrast with preparing new materials. When we have to do many things which can damage the environment, for example, we have to prepare the product for using, for manufacturing, and this will cause a lot of damage to our environment. For example, we can dig through the ground to attain some material, and it also is very dangerous for our plants. And also, recycling reduces landfill, as people do not throw their belongings away, their old belongings away. It is they are reused, and the landfill where waste is usually put after the end of their usage. Those lands are very huge. They occupy a quarter of some countries, and when we reproduce and recycle those raw materials, they do not usually occupy those places, and much more land is for us to develop and develop the infrastructure and build new cities and so on. And at last, I want to thank you not for just listening to me or paying attention, but also for loving our planet. And I can see that those young children who are really concerned about the future of our Earth, I'm very grateful for them. I'm very grateful for their teachers and the organizers of those events. And I can be honest that without such kind of events, more people would not think about those problems because they are not as visible in our everyday lives as they are really. And I think that doing this, we can achieve more, and we can preserve our planet for the future generations who would do much better things than we do now. Thank you very much.
Wow, Maya. You are really right. These conferences are very important for young people and their development. So I thank the founder for this opportunity. Well, as for your presentation, you touched on a very important topic. It is very important for the whole world. And I am glad that you are trying to solve this problem. It was a very interesting, and I enjoyed listening to you, Mariam. You are very cool girl, and keep it up. Okay, and now I would like to invite you, our dear guest of honor, my pleasure, Professor Nada from Croatia. She is always with us and supports us and gives strength to our conference. Dear Nada, please tell me something.
Yes, I will tell. Amazing conference, a great conference, a grand success, wonderful students, wonderful topics, great explanations, great teachers, great Georgia. So, what to say at the end? I listen almost all the presenters. I listen all the topics. And we discussed today about very important topics. And as our Miriam said, who will know, who will hear if we don't have these events? Because teachers who are doing, students who are doing, they are all so creative, innovative. And if we don't have these events, their voice will not be heard. So this conference of IIU, Europe Voice, is very important. And I like all the presentations. I like all because today we have different topics. We have different topics from SDG, like I like this responsible consumption, again about climate action, digitalization, great Georgia, digital teachers, great children. I see here today an amazing student from our great Georgia informatic teacher. She was excellent. So we know that this year in Europe is a year of innovation and education. So we need to continue using the technology in the classroom. And we know that we have a big impact. We have a big impact on all the aspects of our learning. We know what are the new products. This laptop, this computer, mobile, everything. These are our new products, but we need more innovations. We need more inventions. And I see that we have so many students who are very creative, who are thinking, who are problem solving, who can solve all the problems, make a collaboration. Today, this is a great collaboration. I already have a big vision. I have a big photo. I already see Georgia. Even I was never in Georgia. And Georgia is really doing according this European agenda. Yes, we had great Yolanda from Spain. We listen what she's doing with her students. And for us, I want to say that education is always on the first place, and education cannot go without innovation. So we need more innovation in our schools. And this year, 2023, will give us this inventions, because we can say that last time I talked about the inclusion. All schools need to be inclusive. We need the green, inclusive digital schools. Today, some students were talking about our sustainable future. And yes, that is the future. That is the school what we want. We want a school where the students will be mentally and emotional well-being. If we talk about education, I want to say that we know all that we have a big philosopher, Socrates. His method is very important because it will always help our students to develop their opinions. Students have so many ideas that ideas need to be visible. Today, our great teacher from informatics show us what her students are doing in the Scratch. STEM is very important. So we need to imagine that, we need to take a control on that, and that is our future. And make more connections like we are doing on this conference. And that is a key innovation. That is a key of the innovation. And I'm sure that my dear sister next time will again bring new ideas, new innovations, new inventions from great teachers and students. And let's be creative. Let's be creative. Let's continue being creative. Let's grow. Yes, I want to say that we know that in Europe we have big 5 countries who are most I can say invented countries, but that don't mean that we in other countries are not doing a great job. We are doing that and we are following that and we are trying to make our students. So let's opening our minds with innovation and thank you. You all today were, I can say again, amazing. I will use a word excellent and outstanding. And I was little reading also the comments. We have an amazing audience. We have an amazing us. So we start 4 o'clock now. It is 7 in the country. So almost 4 hours of the great event, almost 4 hours of new learning. Keep learning, keep growing. Elena, you are amazing. Elena, continue with your great and all students here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear. Your efforts very important and very necessary for us and for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my dear sister. You are the best. Thank you for everything. Oh my God, this is why I created this project. Look at this wonderful young people and teachers. Oh my God. They shine today. They are trying to change the world. I'm sure we will slow. Very thankful to IIU, our founder, Mr. Peyesh Pandit, IIU team, and to the teachers of Europe. Please join us and give your students a chance to share their new vision with us. ძალიან დიდი მადლობა ყველას. უბრალოდ სიტყვები არ მაქვს, უბედნიერესი ვარ, დღეს ვიხილეთ საოცარი კონფერენცია. ეს იყო მართლაც არაჩვეულებრივი კონფერენცია, რომლითაც შეგვიძლია ვიამაყოთ. გილოცავთ ყველას. ყველა მოსწავლე, ყველა მასწავლებელი მოწოდების სიმაღლეზე იყო. გილოცავთ. Thank you so much. Ellen?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I don't know what to say. I was really the most important. Europe is the youth of the whole world. Listen to the European youth, and together we will until the whole world fight to solve problems. Today, in the 21st century, we see many problems, and the 17 goals of sustainable development indicated this. Many thanks to all the inspired Georgia. Thank you, Mr. Peyesh Pandit, who created a unique university and united the whole world. Many thanks to the project director, Ms. Inga, and Ms. Nada. Thank you also, who also united the European youth. I want to wish you all success. Yes, I believe that we will close many good things together. IIU is the change. IIU brings the change. IIU is the revolution.
Thank you so much, all. Thank you from Georgia students, from Italy, from India, from Japan. Thank you. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you all. Bye. Gilotov us.
დიდი მადლობა ყველას.
ვინმეს სურთ შეგიძლიათ
შესანიშნავი დღე იყო, ძვირფასი მადლობა ყველას, მართლაც ხმების ბედნიერი არიან, კმაყოფილები უამრავი მნახველი მსმენელმა მიიღო უკვე გამოცდილება და ყველაზე მთავარი პერსონა ბატონ ინგას ყველა სახელით მინდა გადაუხადო დიდი მადლობერსაც და ყველა იმ კოლეგას, ვინც დღეს ჩემთან ერთად იყო გამოსვლაზე. მომავალ წინსვლას და წარმატებებს ვუსურვებ ყველას, ვირფასებო.
ძალიან დიდი მადლობა, თქვენს რას გვეტყვით.
And my dear sister Inga, what about our great Kakaber, our great
Yes,
Miriam?
Kakaber, I was
Yes,
so cool.
Kakaber, rock, Miriam, rock. Yes, IIU Georgia.
Yes. Kakaber.
მოგესალმებით საღამო მშვიდობის. მე ძალიან აღფრთოვანებული ვარ დღევანდელი დღის 3 საათზე მეტია რაც მიმდინარეობს ჩვენი კონფერენცია და რაც ყველაზე მთავარია მონაწილეები ძალიან ერთგულად გვერდით სოფლიო მასშტაბით შემიძლია ვთქვა ძალიან დიდი მადლობა განსაკუთრებით ჩვენს იტალიელ მეგობრებს, ჩვენს ესპანელ მეგობრებს, რომლებმაც სასწაული პრეზენტაციები წარმოადგინეს და რა თქმა უნდა ქართველ მასწავლებლებს, რომელთაც ხვაწლი, რომელთა შრომა, აი თვალსაჩინო არის ზოგადად არა მარტო ჩვენთვის, არამედ მთელი მსოფლიოსთვის. ყველას ძალიან დიდი მადლობა. რა თქმა უნდა, განსაკუთრებული მადლობა ქალბატონ ნადას, რომ ყოველთვის გამონახავს დროს და არის ჩვენს გვერდით და უღრმესი მადლობა ქალბატონო ნადა. ძალიან დიდი მადლობა.
Special thanks, dear Nada, for this opportunity. You are always with us. Thank you.
Yes,
ქალბატონ
meets
ინგა,
always.
რომელიც არის სულის ჩამდგმელი ევროპაში მიმართულების და ქალბატონი მარიამი და ქალბატონი ნინო, რომელიც დღე და ღამე დაუღალავად შრომობენ იმისათვის, რომ ტექნიკურად ეს ყველაფერი გამართულიყო
ნამდვილად.
Inga
ძალიან
მეცვით
დიდი მადლობა ქალბატონ მარიამ ამაბულაშვილს და ქალბატონ ნინო ცარციძეს. ერთშვიდობებით იმ იმედით, რომ კიდევ უფრო მეტი შემართებით, კიდევ უფრო საინტერესო თემებით მარტში გელოდებით და დარწმუნებული ვარ, რომ ისევ ჩვენს გვერდით იქნებით მარტის თვეში. დიდი მადლობა ყველას.
მეც მინდა მადლობა გადაგიხადოთ ყველას აქ მობრძანებისთვის, თქვენი ღვაწლის ჩვენებისთვის, ცოდნის გაზიარებისთვის და მადლობა ინგა ამ შესაძლებლობისთვის. ჩვენ მართლა ერთი დიდი ძლიერი გუნდი ვართ, ვშრომობთ საქართველოს კი არა მსოფლიოს მასწავლებლებისთვის, რომ თავისი ცოდნა გამოავლინონ. ნადა, thank you, მადლობა. არ ვიცი, კიდევ სიტყვები რა უნდა ვთქვა. მადლობა ყველას.
დიდი მადლობა მარიამი. შენ შესაძლებლობებს საზღვარი არ აქვს. ქალბატონო ნინო, ცარციძე გისმენთ.
მადლობას მოგახსენებთ ყველას, მადლობას მოგახსენებთ საერთაშორისო სტაჟირების უნივერსიტეტის დამფუძნებელს ბატონ პეუშპანდიტს, ქალბატონ ნადას, ქართულ არაჩვეულებრივ გუნდს, ქალბატონი ინგას მეთაურობით, ბატონ კახაბერს, ქალბატონ მარიამს, თითოეულ გამომცემელ მასწავლებლებს, რომლებმაც არა აქვს მნიშვნელობა, რომელი ქვეყნის არის. საოცარი პრეზენტაციები ვიხილეთ დღეს ჩვენ და ამაყივარ მე დღეს იმით, რომ ასეთი მომავალი თაობა გვყავს, წარმატებებს გისურვებთ თითოეულ თქვენგანს. უბედნიერესი დღე გქონდა დღეს, მართლაც საოცარი შედეგით და წარმატებებით. მადლობა ამ შესაძლებლობისთვის.
Thank you so much. Dear Nada, we are, I don't know, we are happy all. Thank you so much. Bye. Love you.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.